What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 23. We're talking about Christmas. I am your center host, Liam Owens, also known as the Dakota Clipper. To my left, Broden Wunderlich.
He's the left host.
Yeah.
I guess your guys' right host.
Also known as Clay is his middle name.
All right.
And to my right, Easton Bennett.
What's his middle name?
Is it?
Oh my God!
It's Bobby. Let's get this podcast rolling here. This is just a lethargic intro here, guys. We are talking Christmas this week. That's the exciting part of the show.
It's coming up real soon.
Yeah. Christmas is in 5 days from when this drops.
Yeah.
So yeah, a week from when we're filming this, but 5 days from when it drops. It's a little chilly in the basement here today. We're all going hoods up. Liam's kind of fell back a little bit. That's all right.
I apologize.
Vikings. How about those Vikings yesterday, boys? We got the Vikings jersey on. I knew it. I was like, we're going to record the podcast. I'm throwing the Percy jersey on today. Had to. What do you guys think of that? The biggest comeback in NFL history.
You're just swimming in Percy, aren't you?
Oh my God, am I ever?
I saw this tweet or post or whatever that said the National Football League is an entertainment industry, which means they are allowed to alter the scores of games. So
alter. Yeah, but that's still tough. Even with two teams going against each other, it's still tough to give up 39 points.
No, I'm saying like they tell that quarterback, hey, how about you throw an interception here or else you're off the team.
Yeah, but they did call back 2 missed scoop and scores.
I wonder why. So the Vikings
it would have helped the Vikings, though. They called them back on the Vikings.
So he's saying he's just saying the NFL was trying to sewer the Vikings.
Oh,
and they just couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it.
No.
He's not saying that.
I'm saying from the start of this season, or whoever has the most money, whoever's greasing the most palms.
Yep. Shining the most shoes.
They want the Vikings to win. And so they said, here, I'll give you an extra $48 million to make sure the Vikings win this game. And then the NFL goes, all right, sounds good. We can do that.
Yeah, there's conspiracy theories out there for all the sports. Guys, I can't go hood, I think. I'm getting a little
It would seem
trapped.
like because the bias of the refs, like the refs were awful against the Vikings.
That's what they planned on doing. That's what they paid them to do.
But the Vikings still won.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
So it seems like the NFL was trying to make the Vikings lose, but they couldn't.
Oh, no.
All in all, we watched the best football game I've ever seen in my life. I watched the second half of it, but yeah, biggest comeback ever. Matt Ryan, I saw a picture of Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, and Bill Clinton, it said huge leads, a picture, and then Monica Lewinsky said Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And if you put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. If you know that story, if you're old enough to know about Bill and Monica Lewinsky.
If you remember their summer fling, it's a good time for them. But yeah, we are going to try to get into the topic a little bit quicker the next couple episodes. See if we can keep some of you on board a little bit longer. Let's up that retention time. Going to get into some comments though. Merch. I want to talk about merch before we get into the comments. Merch is coming, I think, next episode. Let's do like a 2-week thing for a merch drop for the winner for reviews. How do you guys feel about that? I'm just now bringing this up.
Yeah,
live,
I was going to say this is all news to me.
Live on the podcast. So now you guys know we don't even have real meetings. These are our meetings right here.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Because I think Christmas time, maybe someone might not watch it next week because they're busy with Christmas stuff. But if we do it 2 weeks from now, that'll be the new year, beginning of 2023. We'll get some merch out there to a winner.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
Let's start providing for the fans.
We got you both on board. That's what I like to hear. Only 4 comments this week. Sydney Nelson says, can we get a whole episode on voice impressions after Liam's Marge and Obama little merger? Little merger there.
Yeah.
Marger.
I like that was a good one. We could try.
I don't know how we would do an hour on voice impressions. Is it just like us attempting them?
We could do some of us attempting some of them, and I think we could do some of the more famous impressionists that have been throughout history. I mean, you're talking about who's the guy from Family Guy?
Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, doesn't he voice like 8 guys on Family Guy?
He does Peter, Stewie, Quagmire, Brian, and I think some like other side characters.
Does he do Chris or no?
No, Chris is voiced by Seth Green.
Okay.
I don't know why I know this much about Family Guy.
There's the brain guy. He's like, God, it's been a while since we recorded.
Me laugh so hard.
It's amazing.
Yeah. As far as getting off topic a little bit, but This is the last episode you guys will see live of us actually reading comments for a couple weeks because Liam is heading off to, you'll probably be, no, not gone, but this drops Tuesday. Liam will be gone on Thursday. Be gone on Thursday. He'll be gone for a couple weeks. So you'll have a couple pre-recorded episodes from us. We're planning ahead. Still getting you guys that content, even though Liam is going to be with he's
going away on a business
his
trip.
newfound family in Indiana, which
is news to you.
Yeah, I've realized live there, which is good.
Yeah.
So enjoy the next couple recorded episodes here coming up. I know you guys don't really love telling them they were pre-recorded, hey?
I don't really care. I only cared because I thought you did.
No, I think it's just, if we have transparency with our audience, they might give us more money down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys have always been stand up with us. And
yeah.
Yeah, like all the laughs they hear, those are laugh tracks. They're not real.
Yeah. We are faking this whole thing.
Yeah.
These have all been pre-recorded. We just redress the same as we do and do the intro, read the comments, and then we're out of here. So we've got 100 in the bank. Grandpa Joe 3494 says, just discovered this channel. Keep it up, guys. I like it a lot. And good vibes, good chemistry vibes with all three. I can't remember if we read that in a previous
I don't think so.
or not.
Grandpa Joe, though. I want to, shout out Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's actually like
a grandpa?
Yeah.
Or if actually his name is Joe?
Maybe his birth name was just Grandpa.
That'd be crazy.
That would
his
be.
last name's Joe?
Yeah, we're going over to Grandpa's house. Which one? Grandpa.
His name
Grandpa.
Grandpa Joe, thank you very much for the love.
If his name was Grandpa and he was your grandfather, we're going over to Grandpa's.
Grandpa's.
Probably.
You know how some people have like weird names for their grandparents?
Like
we're
what?
going to Mimi's house or whatever they call them.
I always just call them Grandma and Papa.
See, I think Papa's even like it's not weird. Like that's the more common one I'd say, but I'd say Grandpa's standard across the board.
Yeah, that's usually pretty standard. That's how I think I grew up figuring out who was who because it was my grandma and grandpa here and it's my Nana and Papa in Indiana.
Yeah, Nana and Papa I think is the next the runner up.
I don't think what are the other ones besides those two?
Nana, yeah. Well, fuck, you said Nana.
Nans.
I don't know.
I don't know.
To just be like
Grammy.
Grammy. If you say Grammy, my granny.
Oh, I say Gamma sometimes.
Same.
Going to Gamma's house.
Granny?
Gamma.
No, not
my granny. Oh, I was over at my granny's house and we were playing some cards. Pinochle. What do you do?
That's something I would do, but
that's something you do.
Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you do with a granny though. With grandmas, you probably just like making cinnamon rolls. A granny's house, you're doing some backwoods shit.
Like off the books gambling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Grandma hustling you for your quarters.
Yeah, you're doing horse racing bets. It's like, how do you have access to these lines?
Yeah, she needs money for penny slots. So
exactly.
She's going to shovel it out of her 12-year-old grandson.
Maybe that's what it is. It's like the weirder nickname you give the person, the more shady shit you're doing with that elderly person.
Makes sense.
Uncle, I call my Grandma Coffee. Her name is Carol. But she drinks a lot of coffee, and I have 2 Grandma Carols. So to differentiate, called 1 Grandma Coffee, 1 Grandma Carol.
Yeah. You have, how many grandparents do you have?
I've got a great grandparent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 greats, 6 regulars.
You like them better?
It's like when you go to Jersey Mike's, you want a giant? Well, I'm just good with the regular. Yeah, they're like the older ones.
What do you call your great grandparents then?
Grandma or grandpa. I don't have a great grandpa. I have 2 great grandmas that are alive and well with us.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. What else would you call him? Great grandpa. Hey, great grandma.
A couple of my
We're going to great grandma's house tonight.
great grandparents were dead like way long ago.
Yeah. Most of mine were gone when I was young. Jada Bennett says Liam for president after
doing my Obama impression. We'll see.
You think you could put on a facade for that long to make your voice actually be like that and have people vote for you as president? Like you were Marge? You only talked as Marge and then you got into office. You'd be like, I'm not really talking.
Just messing with you.
You guys, will you think you'd be good at the president
role?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
What would be your downfall?
Being dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Public speaking?
No.
You guys would be good at that?
I could public speak just fine.
Okay.
But
being dumb doesn't help.
Especially when somebody else is writing your speeches for you.
I wonder if how much you actually have to know.
I feel like you got to know a lot about at least a little bit of things.
Yeah.
deadly in a lot of areas, but not like super
Right.
good. Kind of like Nathan, jack of all trades, master of none.
Right.
Still better than a master of none.
Yeah.
Or
See?
master of one, actually, is what the thing is.
Master of one, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have. Did you guys growing up ever think, man, I want to run for president?
No.
Me neither. Ashley Jane 050809. Sounds similar to being the only girl in the family of the early 90s when random WWE and WWF moves were wrathed upon me. This is about the Falcon Punch. When you talked about the Falcon Punch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
I used to...
she also has a sexual face emoji, so I don't know what she intended with that, but
You didn't have to bring that up.
Jeez.
hey, transparency. That's what we're all about on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Let the fans know.
Anyways.
That's why they're giving us money.
Me and my one buddy, Jaden, growing up as kids, we used to do so much WWE shit on the trampoline. Like he had the net around
Yeah.
it, you know? So we did Hell in a Cell matches against each other and stuff like that.
That's the only trampoline that should be allowed to children.
The one with the net?
Yeah.
No, sometimes you got to go from the top rope and you have to have the net off so you jump off the trampoline and land on some shit outside of it.
It's amazing you and
Dude,
Jaden
yeah.
still have all 4 limbs.
Yeah, but none of our brain cells.
Yeah.
Those went along with the trampoline
Yeah.
adventures.
I fried mine last weekend. Last Thursday, actually.
Your
Lost a
W.
lot. No.
Your brain cells?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Lost
walked
all-
home and
lost
him and
them all.
Dylan were just beating the shit out of each other.
No, I was, I saw that. I
Is
saw
that
this-
real?
No.
Oh my, that'd be crazy to
No.
walk into.
Yeah, first of all, I'd say each other. You think I couldn't handle Dylan? He's
Oh,
actually
maybe.
kind of scrappy.
Yeah, it was good.
I mess with him once in a while, and he can hold his own.
Yeah, you used to live in Arizona.
But
And
Teach him
Vegas.
different there,
And
don't they?
Vegas, your dream.
Oh
place.
yeah.
yeah.
He's probably one of those bums that was wrestling with the razor.
Oh, you mean when we saw blood everywhere?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeez.
good time. They're just fighting, and they had like a standard,
It
like,
was
if you were to shave your legs, razor.
Yeah.
Who was that dude
That's
you were
it?
talking about that filmed all the homeless people fighting for 20
Oh, bum
bucks?
fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that guy.
He gave him
Dr.
both a dollar razor just from the store. Little plastic razor.
Be good advertisement for like Dollar Shave Club.
Could be.
Bums are fighting over our razors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must
You
be
can
good.
make homeless men fight each other to the death over these.
Yeah. No,
Um,
talking about losing brain cells, I saw this video on how to like weather seal your gloves for wintertime. So like when
Mhm.
you're out shoveling snow and doing stuff, so then they don't get all damp and wet. And so it's called Snow Seal. It comes in a can. And so you get your oven going at like 150, you rub it all over the gloves, and then you set them in the oven so they kind of like heat up a little bit and they absorb, take them back out, rub some more of that stuff on there, put them in there, take them out, rub some more on. I did like 3 layers on each.
Yep.
And Dylan was wrapping a car in my garage. And I'm sitting there and he comes in and he goes, "Do you smell that?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, It reeks of like chemicals in here. And I go, I'm just they're sealing these gloves up. And he goes, he's like looking at the can and everything like that. And he's like, "Are you okay? Like, how do you feel?" And I go, "Now that you mention it, my head kind of hurts."
A little lightheaded.
Yeah, he goes, "You should probably open a window or something." He's like, "How long have you been in here?" I'm like, "I don't know, like 2 hours doing this."
Yeah, you're like, why are both your ears like? Where did they go?
Why is everything upside down?
It fell on
What's
the
going
floor.
Everything is upside down.
on? It was
Carmine Laguzio. I don't know. You know what P.T. Barnum said, Liam? There's a sucker born every day. And that's what I'd have to say about you buying shit out of a can to put on your gloves to
Worked.
winter seal them.
Worked. What are you talking about?
What do you need to winter seal winter gloves for? What are you sealing them from?
They're
Mine
getting
are,
wet. He
Yeah, they-
just said
Yeah, they
I
get
feel
wet.
like, what kind of gloves are they though?
leather.
Yeah, they're like they're the Kinko. They're leather across the whole palm. They got like the big cuff on the end of them, which is like cloth. And so like if the cloth or anything gets wet,
Yeah.
like if you're moving snow and it melts, then it's gonna get wet, and then you're screwed because you're wet.
I feel like your choice of gloves for your snow removal is questionable.
Those are good working gloves.
Great work.
I've had a pair of them before.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
just buy
insulated.
gloves that I know. I'm like, that could get snow on it and I'd be all right.
You could, or you could
Like I got nice
sacrifice
North
a
Face gloves.
fraction of your brain cells and seal
Yeah.
them yourself.
You could lower your ACT score by half
Yeah,
and then just cook your gloves in the oven.
it worked.
Yeah, I get it. Let's get into our topic. This week, Christmas, like we said, Christmas, you guys mentioned that's your favorite holiday, yeah?
Yeah, the vibes are immaculate.
I absolutely love it.
Me too.
Mhm.
I don't understand the people that aren't like Christmas people.
Probably
Right.
work retail. because there was a year I was working at Dunham's when I was going to college in Minnesota.
Yep.
And I hated every single day at work knowing that I was going to listen to Christmas music for the next 6 hours of my
I
day.
love listening to
Straight.
Christmas music.
I do now that I am not forced to only listen to those same 7 songs over and over and over again.
Even when I
feel
was
like you get
working
old.
retail. Loved it.
Did they play Christmas music out in the lumberyard?
Well, no, but when you would go
Exactly.
inside and do stuff.
Yeah, but it's
When I had to
a
go to the
refreshing
bathroom.
change from not listening to anything when we're in the lumberyard. But-
Yeah. But there was times later in my tenure at that place where I was inside more than I wasn't.
You guys should start a side podcast called the Lumber Boys or something, or the Lumberyard, and
The
you guys just
Lumberjacks.
tell stories about being in the lumberyard.
Lumber slingers, wood slingers.
The woodchucks.
There you go. You were woodchucks at Menards too.
Yeah.
So Christmas overview. You know where that's you know where that stems from?
What? Christmas?
Christmas. You know where it kind of stems from. I assume, Broden, you're kind of a religious guy.
The birth of
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah, it was has to do with Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you?
Did you know Jesus' real birthday is not on Christmas?
Yeah, probably.
You knew
I
that?
don't think they know exactly when it was.
My goal of this podcast is to find something I could look at Broden and say, "Did you know?" And he looks
And
me
he-
back in my
and
eyes
say,
and tells me, "No,
"No."
I did not, Easton." That's the goal of the show. He's like, "Yep." He always has an inkling. I have heard that somewhere.
That's how you know.
Drove
you're an
past the
honest man,
billboard.
though.
Yeah,
If you can just say, actually, I didn't know that, or
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Then
we're sitting with a dishonest man.
Just
over
no,
here.
just
I don't know about
look
this
at me
guy.
and tell me something that I might not know.
Can't. The internet is just at your fingertips. It's hard to find information you haven't already looked at.
Probably.
Christmas celebrate. Christmas Day is the anniversary of the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. I almost want a name where I'm like Easton of Minot. You know what I mean? Like, how big do you have to be to get a city behind your
Well, that big.
getting there?
You're talking about one of the most prominent figures in all of history.
You're talking about the biggest.
Yeah.
Jesus of Nazareth. That makes sense.
And I think back then there was only probably 10 places total of where you could be from.
Well,
So it just made more sense to say, oh, this guy's from here.
Well,
Where's
I
he from?
don't
He's from
think
Nazareth.
they had last names really back then because they always just said like his name, for example, it was Bob, son of Billy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Bless you.
You know what? Yeah. So
That makes sense. Yeah. I wonder when last names came about. We should find that out.
yeah, that's a good question.
Last names are interesting. They just pass down forever.
Only
I want
if
to know
you're-
the first
only
Bennett.
if you're a guy.
I want to know the first
Yeah.
Bennett.
That's what's so cool about being a guy. Actually, you get to keep yours.
Yeah, unless your future significant other wants to keep hers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you
just-
still get to keep yours if you want it.
Yeah, but what if she's like, I want a hyphenated last name for our children?
Depends on how much money she makes.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. You go, okay. I'll.
How many
entertain it.
times do I
let
come
you.
home, and how many times is there food when I come home?
What's your
ready for me to
occupation?
eat?
That's fair. I'd go probably hyphen for that.
Yeah.
Spiritual leader whose teachings form the basis of Christianity. Obviously, that's Jesus. There's a quick little insight in case you guys have never heard of him. Centuries before the arrival of the man called Jesus. I love the terminology
The
in this.
man
note.
called Easton. How good does that feel too? How would you rather have that?
The man called Easton. Probably.
I think
that's
that sounds way
Pretty
better.
sweet. Yeah.
What was the nickname of the one dude that you were just like oohing and on over like the very first episode?
Genghis Khan had a nickname. The conquer. No, it was something of
The
death.
Scourge of God.
The
or
Scourge
something.
of
Scourge of
God, yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that Genghis Khan or was that someone else?
It might have been somebody else.
But that is
yeah.
crazy.
It was within that 5-minute window
Is
we were
that like
talking.
the
yeah.
best nickname for somebody, you think?
No, because I wouldn't want to be the Scourge of God because then people would view me as someone that owns swords, and I don't.
What?
I feel like the Scourge.
Scourge is not sword.
I know, but a Scourge of God, that sounds like someone like fire. You picture like if they had to take like a profile picture, there'd be like fire coming up from behind them, and they'd have like dual weapons, and that's how I view it. How do you guys view it?
I'd say it's just like the wrath. Like
How do you view the word wrath?
wrath. Well, I'd say
Similar to what I just explained.
Probably a little bit angry.
Yeah,
probably-
angry,
probably
maybe red.
upset about something.
Yeah. Something's been, poking him in his side a little bit.
Yeah, he came home and the toilet paper roll was the wrong way around, and now he's pissed.
Right.
Yeah, but the man called Jesus, kind of like that movie, The Man from Toronto. There you go.
Never even
They-
heard of
everyone
it. There you
wants
go. I don't know what that movie is.
Missed it. Yeah.
that. Man from Toronto came out like last year, I think. Kevin Hart. It's pretty good. Early Europeans celebrated light and birth in the darkest days of winter. Many peoples rejoiced during the winter solstice. When the worst of the winter was behind them, they could look forward to longer days and extended hours of sunlight. In Scandinavia, the Norse celebrated Yule. Bro, do you know what Yule is?
Something to do with Yule Tide.
Yule Tide carols. Isn't that in a song or something? Probably, yeah. I didn't put two and two together.
I might have an idea, but
I didn't mean to leave you out. Do you know what Yule is?
No.
Okay, well, none of us do then, because I didn't even write down what it was. The winter solstice through January.
Moving on.
Nathan.
The people would feast until the log burned out, which could
Yule.
take as many as 12 days. So
For a single log to burn out?
apparently, I don't know how big that log
Is that
was,
a
but
California red or something? Huge.
yeah. So they celebrated from December 21st until the log was out of fire. That's how long their festival was.
That sounds awesome.
I suppose it depends on where you are too.
Imagine you couldn't leave that fire though. You're like, "God
Imagine just
damn."
partying and not having to do any work or nothing like that for, I don't know, a week.
12 days. Yeah. Just become unemployed.
Yeah. Or take a vacation. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go party for the next 2 weeks coming
I
Thursday.
know, that's going to be so sick.
That's crazy. How many, like, you guys get sick days, I guess? Like, not sick days, but like PTO?
No.
No, really?
That's why I take time off, because they're like, well, see you later. You're not gonna get paid. And I go,
Yeah.
What kind of jobs do you get PTO in?
it depends.
Not,
It's like, so for me, I don't know exactly how your union's set up, but like,
that's
so
exactly.
I think it's pretty similar. Do you get vacation checks?
No.
Okay. So
It's all about your negotiation with the union and contractors.
yeah. So for us, we get, it's called a vacation fund, vacation benefit, whatever. So
Mhm.
there's a separate account. So every week I have X amount of dollars deducted from my take home of my paycheck that goes into the vacation fund. And then twice a year, they mail me a check that comes out of that vacation
Okay.
fund. So like at the start of the year, I get 2/3 of it. And then at the end of the year, I get 1/3 of what's left from that.
So it's almost like a bonus.
So kind of, yeah. So that's supposed to buffer me taking time off. And so
So it's not like, hey, we're not going to pay you, but technically we're kind of paying you every check.
it's his
not
own
really,
money.
Yeah,
that's
it's your own
our
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, not
He's
really.
just not allowed to touch it until
Yeah.
they give it to him.
Yeah.
You just steal from Peter to pay Paul there. It's like, we're going to take
Yeah.
your money and give it right back to
Like
you.
Robin
It's
Hood.
going to feel
or
really
whatever.
good.
Pretty much. It's that. It's exactly. I mean, it's the same as all your taxes. Like when the government takes
Yeah.
all your taxes away, and then you get your tax refund at the start of
Yeah.
the year. It goes, thanks. This is just money that you took from me.
Yeah. This
All
was
year.
mine to start,
Yeah.
actually. I'm looking forward to that. We're coming up on the old tax returns.
Tax coming.
Yeah.
I hope it's
My
a big
accountant just had a child though. So we'll see if he makes it back to the office before February 15th, or what is it? April
yeah.
15th.
Congrats,
Yes.
Mike.
one. You have someone do yours.
Shout out Mike Bergeron.
That's what I never did before. I always did my own, but now I think I'm gonna have to start because I got a lot going on.
And this goes into our first sponsor, Tax Zap.
Really?
Coming soon.
No, not really.
I
But
was
Tax
gonna say,
Zap reached out to us, talking about a potential sponsorship. So maybe if they let us use their software, maybe they could let you use the software, and then you can talk about your own personal experience.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Then I could actually do a
You
legit
because
review
you
on it.
kind of ventured out fiscally.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
a
did.
business
I
owner.
did. I am co-owner of a business. Yeah,
Yep.
I do. I have a little bit of money on crypto stuff.
Crypto king.
He doesn't want to say too much, though.
Yeah,
he doesn't
I-
want a target on his back. We
Oh,
talked
that's
about this
all
the
right.
other day.
Yeah, but I am.
All right, so tell me your net worth if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I actually have an account now that tells me my net worth. It's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah. It's just
Looking
two
pretty good?
accounts. It's a retirement account and my other investing account.
Yeah.
It is right now, I'm going to bleep this out, but it is at so
It's positive.
yeah. It's just like my Roth IRA and my Robinhood account.
So you do have
merged
a Roth
together.
setup.
And yeah, no, I think it's just those two. Yeah, I do.
Well, because we have the same Roth guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who?
So
Mike?
no. His name's Jason.
Oh.
Jason Merck.
Jason Merck.
How long have you had a Roth?
At least probably 3 years now or so.
Fuck me. Am I done for? I haven't fucking set mine up yet.
That's fine.
I always say I'm gonna. Oh, it's
Hey,
fine. But
2023, it goes up to $6,500 a year. You can enter into it instead of $6,000.
how much?
$6,500 a year.
Is maxed out.
Yeah. So I max mine out right now at $500 a month, and then they're moving it up. So cheers to retirement. I'll be retired before I know it. Jesus' birth. In the 4th century, church officials decided to institute the birth of Jesus as a holiday. 4th century. So like the 300s.
Mm-hmm.
300 AD. Would that be?
It would have to be if it's after.
Yeah.
After what's actually after DeSoto, I think it is. So BC is before Christ, and then AD is after DeSoto. I think I'm saying that right.
Really? I thought it was just after
it's-
death of Christ.
No, it's I think it like the Latin name is like Anno Domino or something like that.
That makes sense.
Let's check that name.
You could, I don't
After
know.
death would be, unfortunately, the Bible does not mention date for his birth, a fact Puritans later pointed out in order to deny the legitimacy of the celebration. So
I had
pretty much
some
like, hey,
dude-
he wasn't even born then. Like, we can't find any records of it.
I had some dude come up to me in Walmart like a few years back and started giving me the whole spiel about how Christmas is a celebration of the devil and stuff like that because it's
Wow.
a pagan holiday and shit like that. And I was like,
See, I saw pagan come up a lot in
Yeah.
the research I did. What is that? Pagan.
it's like some sort of like the pagan gods. It's like a religion
Oh,
that comes from
yeah.
like Druids and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Druids. I think
They
R2D2
have like
is a
a,
druid.
like Easter.
I
Like, I think they have
Him
the
and
same
C-3PO?
argument,
Yeah.
the argument for Easter too.
Okay, yeah. The Middle Ages. On Christmas, believers attended church, then celebrated, raucously. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry.
Is this thing on?
You can turn your mic
Doesn't
on.
sound like it is.
There
Oh,
you
it's
go.
not.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
good. Yep.
We got both.
I canned it.
Anno Domini.
Anno Domini. Okay. Do we trust that? He went with Sean Connery a couple weeks ago. We'll go with it. Anno Domini.
Is there anything about DeSoto, or am I just dumb?
No, it's just
Speaking
that
with a
and
forked-
before Christ.
You're speaking with a forked tongue over there.
I don't know why
guess
they
so.
didn't do it AC. After Christ, before Christ.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
What? Because if you go,
ACDC.
then there's like how I think is like a 33-year gap. Then
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
unaccounted for.
well,
that
then
would
if
be
you say-
during Christ,
ACBC, people might think you're talking about the band, the heavy metal band, if you say it quick enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
they make a lot of good music though.
Yeah,
a lot
they
of
do.
good songs.
That's been my favorite saying lately, speaking with a forked tongue.
Yeah, you sent that to me the other day, and I said
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
You guys pulled
this-
out a plethora,
Yeah.
a smorgasbord of these
There we go.
of these little sayings that, because I said I might make it to poker night,
Yep.
and then after I had all these and read them,
No, you said no. You said I'm gonna be home for the night, and I said you better not
there
be.
you go. That's what it
yeah,
was.
I said you
Yeah.
better not be here then.
And that's
then
what-
you said he will be.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's what
so-
you said to me when I was in my bedroom. You go,
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are freaking out about. I said, because you reciprocated what I said, which
Yes.
means literally is
I
what
wouldn't have
said.
cared if you just said no. I'm going to this location.
Yeah, that's fine.
well, I
Hey, I'm
said
gonna be home. I'm like, I'm gonna come over
I
then.
said
but then you
I
put the wool
said
over his
that.
eyes.
Yeah,
Yep.
not even thinking.
me down
about
the
it. You
garden
said,
path.
I'm gonna be home for the night.
Yeah.
but
Which is fine. I didn't really care. I just want to give you shit.
I know,
but speaking
but-
with a forked tongue, snakes have a forked tongue, and that's what it stems from,
Yep.
which I thought is pretty cool origin.
You
The
don't know-
etymology
You
of
don't
the
know
word.
why it stems from that?
Why?
Because of one of the sins or something. Snakes are like deceiving. Supposed to be like cunning, deceiving.
Yeah. Well, isn't the
animals or
snake the
something
one
like
that
that.
gave Adam the apple?
Eve, but
Eve,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's the serpent. Yeah,
Who gave Adam his Adam's apple then?
I think he. Well, if you
You actually want to know what that is?
the Adam's apple,
The
The throat?
larynx of a male.
Larynx?
Larynx.
Isn't that a cat or something?
That's you're thinking of a lynx.
a larynx. A
No,
larynx.
no, you're still not
I
saying
know,
it.
a larynx. A larynx? Is that what it is?
Larynx.
A larynx grows bigger on a man, protruding the cartilage.
you had such a tough time saying
Protruding. I got this freaking Windsor stuck in my mouth. Pushes it out further, which makes the male voice lower, whereas a girl's does not grow as big, so her voice is higher, and thus not having an Adam's apple. Adam's apple.
It's Mike
Adam's
Tyson.
apple. Yeah. So yeah, but some females actually have them.
Really?
Yeah, but some chicks have mustaches too. So are we
Yeah.
really? Just want
I
to
guess
give you
that's
that.
fine. Yeah,
Just want to give you that layup
we
there.
really want. Yeah, I don't know. And if they do, I guess that happens. Whatever. If
Yep.
you got a little mustache, I guess.
Yep.
I guess my mustache and your mustache can meet.
Yeah. It's an interesting way to say.
Let it be
Would you
known
like
if
to
you have a
kiss?
mustache, Liam wants to kiss you.
And,
Liam's into chicks with mustaches,
Yeah.
I guess.
Are you into guys with mustaches?
well, I'm surrounded by it right now, so I guess some.
So the Middle Ages, on Christmas, believers attended church, then celebrated raucously in drunken carnival-like atmosphere similar to today's Mardi Gras. So I
Could
didn't
you
realize Christmas used to be
Imagine
like that.
just going to church and then immediately going, I can't wait to get out of here to get wasted. Like,
Yeah.
just total opposite sides of the
Right.
spectrum.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see you, my lord. Next thing you know, you're just 3 sheets to the wind and a bottle of sodas,
hard
Yeah.
sodas.
hard sodas.
Big boy sodas.
What were those Jones's sodas?
Jones.
Remember
Jones
those?
and
Jones and
we
that's
talk about this
I
so
love
much.
that word. So
Like when
funny.
you're really hankering for something, you say, "I'm
Jones.
jonesing for this."
I'm Jonesing for a Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love those things. Though.
Here's the thing. I think they were better as a kid because now I have one. I'm like, this is just foul. I don't even remember.
I used
tasting
to
like this.
want them all the time, and my mom would never get me them. So when I did, yeah, I loved them. But I think they're probably better now because
Yeah.
I can buy them at my
Discretion.
At your age.
Yes, nice word.
There we go. We're
There
just
you go.
throwing words at each other.
That's sick.
We finish each other's
Sandwiches.
soup. That'll do. The poor would go to the houses of the rich and demand their best food and drink. If owners failed to comply, their visitors would most
Kill 'em.
likely terrorize them with mischief.
Mischief.
So that's it. In the Middle Ages, it started as like the poor people were it was like a poor people holiday.
Like a Robin Hood type deal.
Yeah, pretty much. And they said Christmas became the time of the year when the upper class could repay their real or imagined debt to society by entertaining less fortunate citizens. So it's almost like a guilt trip for the rich people. They're like,
Just a bunch of charity cases.
yeah, we just got to give them something.
I wish they would still do that.
Give to the poor.
Yeah, like you,
There's things like
I
the
wanna
angel
go to-
tree and
to Bill Gates' house and just start throwing eggs at him until he gives me like a $20 or something. I don't
Fork
know.
in-
$20.
Fork in
That's
jar.
what you doing this all for?
I would absolutely throw eggs at somebody for $20. Are you kidding me? I'd do it for $5.
Yeah.
I'd do it for free. I'd pay you to let me throw eggs at you.
I'd prefer you didn't because you throw things hard.
Yeah.
now that I think about it, I've never thrown an egg hard at something. That would
Really?
be fun. Yeah.
Do you guys want to do it after this? You want to go throw eggs
Have
at
you
something?
ever been egging before?
I really want to.
I have.
what did
Really?
you egg?
It was a bad time in my life. Oh, a lot.
It was a bad time in my life.
It
It
was-
was,
I was-
last
or
week.
who did you egg?
I was a young dumb middle school student, and me and my friends thought it would be a good idea to go egging and whatever this and that. We went around to the Scandinavian Heritage Park. We threw eggs at the statues. We threw them at the Dollar Horse. We went over.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
terrible.
It gets worse.
Oh, wait. There's more.
But wait.
We took a shit on the floor.
We killed somebody.
We went over.
Young.
We went over to. It gets worse. I was in middle school. I committed
We hung a
double
man.
homicide, yeah.
We hung a man from the horse.
And then we threw eggs at him. No, we went after.
It's like a
after
real life pinata.
We left the
Except instead of
Scandinavian
sticks,
park,
we had eggs.
and we went. We went to one of my friends' grandpa's house.
Grandpa Joe?
We egged his grandpa's house, and he was the sweetest, kindest old man, and just did it just for no reason, just because
It did get
because we were
worse.
dumb kids.
It
yeah,
did get
that's
worse.
just horrible.
It
So bad.
got worse.
So
Well,
bad
the worst part is like you just egged like a part of the town that like is for the public.
for the heritage.
Like you didn't
Yeah.
even egg somebody's house.
Well,
then
and that's
you
what
went
we
to-
did.
and then you went to go egg somebody's house and you chose the worst candidate.
yeah.
I think that's the problem. He was egging the Heritage Center and thought this isn't affecting enough people. So he's like, we have to pick on this old
That's
man.
such like a
Get
cool
this guy.
place. I love driving by and looking at that place every time I go down Broadway.
Yeah, it's
I love
nice,
that.
but it's so you can only go through it in like 3 minutes, and it's like, I wish there was more to do. You know, I wish there was like something where you could go and there are people that dress like them and they explain things.
Oh, you mean the Huss Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like a year-long thing, or maybe just a summer thing. You know, because I went to a place in Mandan. I can't remember what it was, but you go into this place. These people are dressed like people that have never seen outlet stores for clothes, and they explain to you like these are the beds we used to sleep in, and this is the, you know, this
I know
is
what you're talking about.
stuff like that, and then they walk you through these weird huts, and it's like over here, this is where they were doing fur trading. If they did that with Scandinavians, and they're like, this is where we made lefse. This is where our clogs are crafted. Whatever Scandinavians
I
do.
think they do that. It's called the Hoosterfest.
Yeah.
Every
He's
year.
talking about it.
It's not
he's
like a
talking-
tour, though.
Yeah,
all the
he's-
time. Yeah.
He's talking about something that's just always open. You can go whenever you
Are
want.
you gonna
Yeah.
go every week or what?
Just once, I think I'll bring people there.
Just-
See, that's
once.
exactly why. Because a lot of people probably think like you, and they're like, we don't need to do this all year round. We just got to do it one time and serve a lot of alcohol with it.
But I think it's because the one I went to was in Mandan or Bismarck, one of the two, and it's a tourist attraction. It brings, because a tourist coming to Minot, are they really going to want to go walk around the Scandinavian Heritage Park for
Maybe.
11 minutes?
Probably.
Or can they have an hour-long immersive experience?
I think there is stuff put on at that place. but it's not
They're very
something
well
you or
could
I
be.
would know about because it's a tourist thing.
Because
and
we're
we
locals.
live here.
Yeah. That's
We don't
fair.
When we were younger, when we were all younger, my dad, when he did construction, he actually had to do some work on that big old church there.
Yeah.
That place is so sick inside.
cool.
I've never been in it. Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's always locked up when I'm there.
You gotta
Yeah.
go in the daytime. So I think they open it like at least throughout the summer. Like it's open every day.
And you can just walk in?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can go. Like they have. That's what
Oh.
I'm saying. They have that available to. And then inside that building, on the corner of like the whole thing, I think that there's a little bit of something like you were talking about.
When I first moved to Canada, there was a Mennonite village, and I went in there.
Like the Amish.
Yes.
Oh,
Kind of. It's
I
like
already talked about that.
it's kind of like that, but like all those old buildings feel haunted.
Really?
I don't know why. I go in them and everything's so
I think
quiet.
you're just scared of a lot of shit, dude.
I'm not scared. It's just
I
weird
do.
vibes.
I think you're just scared of a lot of shit.
Which is fine.
You
I'm
can.
not. There should be a better word for scared. I'm not scared. It's just things make me uneasy.
There you go. A little queasy.
Yeah.
Word for things that make you uneasy. Being the feeling of being uneasy would be the word I'm looking for.
A pussy.
There we go. He's getting it.
Little bitch.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, I was totally thinking a different thing until he said little bitch. Yeah, I got you now. Nathan's got something for us.
Some adjectives are worried, anxious, ill at ease, troubled, disturbed, agitated, nervous, tense.
Disturbed would be good, or not
perturbed?
agitated. What does that mean? Perturbed?
Did you just make up a word?
No,
look
that
up.
is a word,
It's a
but
word.
I don't know where the R goes in it.
Mm-mm.
If it's before or after the E.
Look it up, Nathan.
But
What was the
disturbed
word?
would be a better word. It's
Perturbed.
just disturbing, like going in and
P?
seeing.
With a P. Yeah.
Perturbed.
What?
The what?
Perturbed.
Perturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you enunciate
Can you give
a
me
little
your spelling of that?
PERTURBED.
Perturbed. It's like a turd with a B.
And if I fuck it up, I can promise you autocorrect will save the day.
Or
Was I right?
suggestion.
Nice work.
Did you spell it right?
Perturbed, feeling anxiety or concern, unsettled.
That's the perfect word
Perturbed,
for
yeah.
what you were describing, I think.
Things like that. Like I have a
Your
photo of
vocabulary is
You can be brain guy. I will absolutely hold the title of
wordsmith.
vocabulary.
vocab guy. Oh, wordsmith. That sounds way better.
Wordsmith, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you sound
We're
more
still trying to
professional, you know?
figure out one for you.
Yeah, note guy,
Perturbed
No.
guy.
paper man.
We like to know weather boy.
Yeah, but no, there's a picture of my dad standing like in a church, and I'm like on top of the balcony taking a picture of it, and there's like light coming in from one window, and he's standing at the bottom, empty pews, everything's like worn down. I'm like, just gives a weird, perturbed feeling.
Is this about the Mennonite village?
Yeah.
Did I talk about it on the podcast where I met those two Amish guys and they smelled
Yes.
terrible?
You did.
This
We
is
clipped it,
weird.
I think. Yeah.
Were we talking about that on this podcast where we had brought that up? And if you're under the age of 18 or something, or if you're unmarried, you can't have a cover over their wagon.
Covered. Yeah. You can't shower.
No, I think that's all of them. But
I don't think they let anyone shower.
no, but down in Indiana, this is getting unrelated. But my grandparents have a house on a private lake down a little bit farther south in Indiana, which very close to them is like an Amish village where a lot of Amish people live, and they have
Yep.
their own like store and everything like that. It's really cool because every time you go down there, you always see them. They're always it's
Dressed
the
weird.
middle of winter.
Like zoo animals?
And
Is that
getting-
what?
Oh,
They're
you're not-
churning butter just left and right.
They do.
Yeah.
But it's not like a museum. You're not going to watch them. Like we just drive,
zoo.
we drive by them in a nice truck, and
Do
then
you
they're
think-
In a nice truck?
uncovered wagon being pulled by a horse, and you're like, that's crazy.
How they live like that, yeah. They would, I think they're just like blind about, if they found some of the cool stuff out there, like give them a golf club, man. You know how much fun they could have?
Have you seen
Just-
that guy on TikTok that he's Amish and he makes all his own weightlifting equipment and
Mhm.
his
Yep.
shooting hoops in his yard and everything like that?
If you've got
I
that
think,
man on
I
a
think
court,
they know about what's out there, but they
But
just
they just
choose
don't
to.
believe in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
they
not
just-
gonna, they're not going to succumb to
I guess.
all of the new technology.
They're just like, we would like to live in the 16th century until we die.
Which I think there's a level of respect that I have for that,
Absolutely.
where I say you
Yeah.
are choosing to do life harder, and you're killing it. Like you're doing great.
Yeah. But, you know, at what point is it like, hey, I'm going to wipe my ass with sandpaper? Yeah,
I
you
think
can
it
choose
goes-
it to do the hard way, but
I
is
think it
really
goes
fun?
deeper than that. I think it goes into like beliefs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like how much? At what point does this become too much for people.
where it's bad for you and stuff.
It can be too much, but I think anything in moderation is fine.
I think that's true.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to Christmas.
Just a little bit of murder.
Wonder if
Yeah. I don't do it all the time.
yeah, the here and there, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Amish celebrate Christmas. Hanging Christmas lights. So we're gonna go into some Christmas traditions. You guys hang Christmas lights at your house, Liam?
Not this year.
No.
It's too cold. Maybe next
There
year.
were warm days when you could have done it.
I could have, yeah, but I didn't.
Busy.
Yeah, that's the thing is that I don't ever feel like I have free time.
There's one day the government chooses. It's like, hey, December 14th, national. You got to hang your
National Hang
Christmas
Your
lights
Lights
on this day.
You
Yeah.
get fined if you don't.
Yeah, hang them anytime outside of that. We're gonna tar and feather you.
That's the thing is that December 14th is fine for probably most of the country.
Mhm.
Up here, it could very well be negative 20
Yeah.
degrees. So
I wish I would have this year. It pisses me off because I love Christmas lights. I just didn't get around to it, and now it's been snowing.
You decorated the inside of your house pretty
It looks
well.
really
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
It looks nice. I like
I'm-
your tree. Your tree's sick, dude. It's huge.
Big
It's
Christmas
fluffy.
man.
It's got so much shit on it.
it's easy to carry around.
Yeah, you can pick that thing up and just rip the cord right out of the wall. It's a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big Christmas guy. I like throwing up Christmas decorations here and there.
Yep.
But the lights outside, man, that's the one thing I'm missing.
That's one thing that hit me. It was like this year, last year. I was like, I can't. Like, why are people already got their lights up and everything like this? And it's like it's November or something. Like, you guys are ridiculous. And then it hit me. I was like, nobody wants to do this when it's negative 10 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I go, that makes so much more sense.
That's
now.
not part of the
My
fun.
mom
Yeah.
wakes up Friday morning after Thanksgiving and at 12:01 a.m. is out there
Ripping
putting up-
the lights.
Yeah.
Christmas.
I'm gonna do mine in
bombs.
July. What's that man doing? He's getting his Christmas lights ready.
Can't do that unless you can't have them plugged in anyway.
No, that's fine. I'm just gonna get them up, attached to the gutters.
What do you mean you can't?
Per the National Electrical Code, you can only have temporary lighting up for 60 days.
But I could have. Well, it just can't be plugged in
I'll have to check on
because there's people that have. You can pay you can get a fat wallet and pay for having your lights up year round. They're year round lights. So then you don't have to reinstall them every year.
I think like I don't see what the problem would be if you just didn't take your lights down but
Yeah,
unplug them.
because I can say those. That's just decoration. Those just look like lights.
Mhm.
Can't even plug them in.
that. Oh, no,
As
even-
the rain gutters come with them.
The National Electrician Society comes after me, and I just cut the end. I'm like, you can't even plug these things in. Where are you gonna plug it in at? No, like, you have exposed wires, sir.
You can't have that either. You're coming with
Well,
me.
what's
we're putting the cuffs on you.
What's a less fine, you know?
Yeah.
But no, I want Christmas lights. My neighbor on the corner, I've done this before. They put their Christmas lights up early, and last year it didn't snow for very long, so I walked home from the bar a couple times, and they are trippy. They have lights coming out of their trees, and they're like icicles, but they go up and down. So it's like you walk home. You guys can probably see them when you leave here tonight, but it's trippy, man.
Would you ever get that diehard about it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got, and this is on the traditions list too, but it was like 100. No, maybe not 100 foot. That's a lot of feet. That's 10 stories. Yeah.
About
Yeah. It's not 100 feet, but there was like a 12 and a half foot inflatable Santa. I almost bought him in ours.
should have did it.
That's nuts.
I was
My
going
mom's
to,
got a
but
bunch.
then there was already a bunch of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I going to secure this to the ground? If I put it up when it was just grass, you know what I mean? Then the snow kind of just goes around it.
Yeah.
But man, I wanted one. I love those inflatable. I want to be the people that people drive by and they're like, look at that festive motherfucker.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Let's park in front of this guy's house for the next
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Let's case this joint.
Yeah.
And then they just sit out there and they want to rob all my
This
shit.
joint.
That's my favorite saying ever. You want to do a robbery? Yeah, let's just go case the joint
Let's
quick.
case the
you know?
joint real quick.
Get some cameras up.
That ranks up there. I love saying jonesing. Like
Jonesing.
when you're jonesing for something, do you know what that comes from? It's like a long time ago. Like people would be like jonesing, like they'd be like wanting to do drugs and stuff like that. So
Really?
they'd say you're like jonesing for spice. I can't remember. I couldn't tell you exactly what spice was. But it was some
Oregano?
type of some type of drug.
There's just
So
a bunch
you
of
could-
Italians going around. I'm jonesing.
Yeah, I'm jonesing. Somebody give me some oregano right now.
This pizza is not complete.
Jonesing. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I love sayings like that. We're gonna have an episode on like idioms. I think would be good, or
Mhm.
just like vernacular. I think that's what we said.
Yeah.
Just about words in general. But yeah, if I could get some Christmas lights next year, I'm going all out like the Griswolds,
Yep.
and then
Even
'Cause-
the fall off your ladder and hang onto your rain
Some of
gutter.
the best movies. Is that a topic on your?
It's on here a little bit down. Well,
I want to talk about that. Some of your favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah. Well, that's the last one on the list.
Okay, we'll get to
Christmas movies, but the Griswold's on the light thing I got here. But I want to do. I was at Target today and they had 50% off Christmas lights. I was like, God, I should just get a bunch, and then I couldn't pull the trigger. But I would go all the way around the house. Maybe even put some on the shed in my backyard.
Jeez.
Yeah, the fence.
That's
the fence on the
like
side.
for you then. Like
Oh,
that's
it is
like
100%.
That's like
for
a
me.
Christmas kink almost.
You're
Like
learning a lot about
Guilty.
you now.
but like I mean,
I got a Christmas kink.
He's gonna start just ripping lights like around,
Yeah.
like his couch and stuff, like just for him.
Yeah, you're gonna walk in. There's Christmas lights just on every seam of
corners of the walls. Yeah, everything's surrounded.
He's
the
like, man,
bathroom.
Easton's getting pretty weird with it this year, hey?
Could you imagine putting all that stuff up though, and then just having to take it down like after a month?
Pretty much.
That's why
that's how I look at it right now. It's like we're not even gonna put up the tree that I have in the garage because I'm gonna be out of town for 2 weeks.
I'm gonna be out of town for work.
And Christmas is in 5 days.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it up and then rip it down again.
My Christmas tree was up before Thanksgiving,
Yeah, it was. I remember.
about a week before.
Yeah.
And people always say, you can't do that. Christmas is a season, Thanksgiving's a day. I don't have pilgrim decorations.
Fair.
My mom does. She has different
Really?
decorations for Thanksgiving, like an inflatable turkey. Any holiday you think of, guarantee my mom's got at least a handful of decorations for them.
Yeah.
Loves
I want to get to that
decorating.
point for sure. I want like stickies to put on the window for Halloween.
Stickers?
Yeah, but they're not like
not
stickers. They're stickies.
They're
They
the
stick.
holographic. You put them on the inside. You can
Yes.
see them from the outside.
He gets it. He's festive.
I know what you're talking about.
Stickers go on a water bottle and don't come off very well.
I think they're called stickers.
Nope, they're called stickies.
We just decided 2 to 3.
You're wrong.
2 to 1 vote.
Not brain guy anymore.
Yeah. Paperman's taking over. So Christmas lights actually started out as just candles. So people would put candles in their trees, which I did not know.
That sounds, open flame next to wood. Let's do it.
I think the leaves were gone. Oh, yeah.
Well, they're needles, so.
It's true. These candles were attached to the tree using wax or pins. The practice began in Germany in the 17th century, symbolized Christ being the light of the world. The Griswold Christmas lights. So in the movie, 25,000 lights were on that house. And it's actually a fallacy because he says that you have to check all the bulbs. It's like if one bulb goes out, none of them work. And he was actually on a parallel circuit, something or another, instead of a, you should know this, circuits.
Yeah.
What's the one that's just one? Everything's connected.
Most circuits, but yeah, parallel.
There's a parallel, and then there's another one that's just
parallel
one.
and series.
Yeah, there you go.
Series circuit would be
Yeah.
just one.
So that's what he said, but parallel, I think so. I think I remember reading that. So 25,000 lights. That's quite a few. It's quite a few. I want to be that house one day. Just brighten up the neighborhood, you know? I'm going to pitch it at the neighborhood watch meeting next week. Christmas trees, you guys growing up, did anyone ever cut down their own Christmas tree?
We went out to the farm one time and did it. And
What
cut
kind-
down a tree.
What kind of sod you use?
Just like a regular handsaw, you know?
Yeah. Not like
I mean, like, cause like,
Giant 2-man saw.
yeah, my dad was sitting there and little 6-year-old me, he was just pushing it and pulling it. I was just hanging on for the ride.
you got to lock this into the ground, son. Yeah, I was never. I don't know if I would ever want a live tree.
I love real trees to
Oh,
smell.
they smell so good.
I love that. The
But they
pine
make
smell.
such a mess.
Yeah, they do.
Pine smell. I
Especially
think
have cats. We had cats growing up all the time.
Oh,
They just beat the shit out of that poor tree every year.
pets fuck with trees a lot. I think.
Yeah.
I think the pine smell is just not fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you see that video of those cats would always fuck with that guy's tree? And so he cut off the bottom half of it and he hung the top half from the ceiling. And the cat still jumped off the coffee table into the top of the tree. It was like a
Can't fool me.
10-foot gap. Yeah, and he jumped into the thing. It's like, why?
That's why cats, man. You don't see dogs doing that shit.
No, dogs are cool.
That's why, cats and
I
cat
like
people.
other people's cats.
Mhm.
I never want one.
Sydney did
I
reach out
say
to
that
me.
all the time.
Sydney, because in the last podcast I talked about cat families and cat people saying, "You got to meet my cat, right?"
Yeah.
And she said
Nemo.
the exact thing. She said, "Okay, I get it, but you have to meet." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. This is how
Everybody
it
thinks
starts."
It's like people with their kids. Like everybody thinks their kid is
Yeah.
just the shit. You know.
Like, hey, your kid's ugly. Like,
I think your kid's annoying and gross. I just pick his nose and eat it. Like I don't want to do anything with your kid.
You know what they say though? Everybody loves their own brand.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that goes with farts though.
You rip a fart, and you smell it, you like it, but nobody else does.
I mean, my cat that I used to have was one of the coolest cats.
Oh,
here we go.
Dude, I'm just
another one of these guys.
You gotta meet him though. That's what I'm saying. He was cool. His name was Tommy. My dad rescued him from the farm where we hunt. Just a little orange cats are the best. Orange cats are
what do they call those? Remember? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Cabbies?
Tabbies. So, but they're orange cats. They're orange boys. And so
Dreamsicles.
just a little orange cat. And he's just like so much personality. So funny. Just watching him do things. Like my dog would walk
Walks
past
around
him.
with a mic. He's telling you just to stand up.
Yeah. He's on the corner just pitching his set all the time. He's coming up with new jokes.
Hey, he's right now. I got some
What do
new
they call
material.
that when they stand outside the comedy club and hand out flyers? There's a name for it.
Advertisement.
No.
No.
There's like a specific name for it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but I can't remember what it is.
But no.
Yeah, I'll meet your cat.
Something. Well, I don't have him now.
Oh.
He's back. He's back at home.
Okay, I was gonna say, did he die? Because it's gonna get weird if he did.
Yeah, he's actually.
See, and I don't
pull
get
out a
that
necklace.
Yeah.
Here's his toe.
because like we always had cats growing up, and I think I liked one of them.
Mhm.
Like I actually was like, yeah, I like this is a cool cat, and like all the other ones we had growing up, where I was like, if it died,
But
I
you're
wouldn't
different.
care.
You're different. You know, you're not like a. There's some cat people that are like that's their personality. I'm a cat person. You know, Rudy. He's like that. Rudy's cat.
Rudy strikes me as a cat guy.
He's just like, oh, I love my cat. I'm like, why do you have a cat,
Nothing
first
against
of all?
cats. Yeah.
I get it, but it's like if you're a cat person and you just like talk about your cat a lot,
Like that is the
start
basis of your
questioning.
whole life.
Yeah, it's just like same with people that like do drugs all the time. It's like if your only personality is like talking about doing drugs and doing drugs,
Yeah.
you're on the same playing field with people that talk about cats and do cats all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a dog.
yeah, me too.
You know, dogs are worth something.
I always thought you hated dogs, to be honest with you, Easton.
No, I like my dogs. You just gotta meet.
Your parents.
Just gotta
dogs?
meet them. Yeah. But even then, like I
Your
like
one
'em.
dog is cool.
I don't like when they piss and shit everywhere. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that I
well,
have.
animals do that.
And big dogs, like, I don't know. My parents have a golden doodle now, which is the biggest dog we've ever had. He's fine, but I haven't had
I don't
a
like
hunting
little dogs.
dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you guys have hunting dogs.
Mhm.
Like they look like hunting dogs. If you put your hunting dog up next to my golden doodle, you know, one's getting a chai latte, one's drinking black coffee.
Right.
That's how
And I
do
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's what it's.
But I want my dog to be
It's a real dog.
Do you want like
I
a
want-
little ankle biter?
I want my dog to be just like a dog. Just
I
cute
think
little
you
dog.
could do
like,
well.
Oh, you're just like a. I
You're
don't want
just
my
there.
dog to like intimidate me. It's like he's asking
No.
me. He's
Well,
like,
if it
"Hey,
intimidates
gonna
you,
pay-"
then you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah,
it.
but if the dog's looking at me like, you gonna pay your taxes? I'm like,
You should get like
You're
a
a dog.
Kangal dog.
a Kangal?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a dog in like the mountains in the Middle East. I forget what they're called, like Kazakhstan, like somewhere in there in that part of the world.
I
And
love all
these
the
dogs
stand
are bred
countries.
to like fight off of lions from like sheep herd or sheep. What are they? Herds of sheep. There you go.
Sheep herds.
Herds
Shepherd?
of sheep.
You mean a shepherd?
But it's a shepherd dog, is what
Yeah.
it is. And these things are massive, dude.
I'm good.
What do you think? What's the name?
Kangal.
Kangal.
Yeah.
Like 140 pound dog.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I'm good with that
140
one.
pound dog.
Yeah.
Christ.
Good Lord. All right, let's get back into a little bit more Christmas.
Enough
Tree
about
branches and shrubs are viewed as an emblem of immortality and are said to symbolize the crown of thorns worn by Jesus on the cross. Some people favor an angel on top of a tree. Others have a star. I have a star on both my trees. I have 2 stars. That tree doesn't have one over there. Many countries just believe that evergreens would keep away witches, ghosts, evil spirits, and illness. All these beliefs. How can a tree keep that stuff away, you know?
Put that in the bank for later
Yeah.
when we can get them.
Text that in the chat. I'll
Yeah.
throw it up on screen. We'll
Is that
throw
what the name is? Kangal? What's the name?
Kangal, yeah. Christmas trees. So we talked about that. The Rockefeller tree. You guys know what that is?
Isn't that big ass tree in New York City?
Big ass one in New York City. They put it up every year.
It was in Home Alone.
Yep, dates back to the Depression era. The tallest tree displayed at Rockefeller Center arrived in 1948. It was a Norway spruce that measured 100 feet tall and hailed from Killingworth, Connecticut. 100 feet. So that's what we talked about. A 10-story building. That's how big the tree was.
That's crazy.
That's like the tallest building in Minot.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah, no
much.
shit.
Wonder what the
And I
whatever
thought the
the
tree
emblem
that they
is.
had downtown was pretty massive.
Yeah.
The tree downtown this year sucks.
You see it yet?
I've never went to
I
it.
went to the tree lighting.
I never
and
went to it.
It hangs to the left. It's a little.
There's nothing
It's
wrong
not-
with hanging to the left.
No,
Don't
I
ever.
get that.
Hey,
A little left
That
hanging
hit
on a
home.
tree, and it's not that big, and there's not very many lights on it. It's just
so what if it's not
but,
that big?
But it's big enough. It's big enough for a tree.
So,
It's
yeah.
a pretty. Yeah, I mean, it would do for any household. Like if there was like, I wish I had that tree. It would
Right.
be big enough. I would say.
You got to look at it and believe like other people maybe are less fortunate and don't have a tree like that.
Maybe they
Yeah,
wish they
it's-
had that kind of tree that maybe hung a little bit to the left.
Yeah, some people don't even have a tree.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel bad for them.
Yeah,
They
like
they make less money than
they make less money than people that.
Well,
have a
yeah,
tree.
because they can't afford a tree.
Yeah.
exactly.
So what do they look for in these types of trees? A nice shaped Norway spruce.
If it's got a nice personality.
Yep.
Yeah. Make the dinner.
Typically at least 75 feet tall and dense enough so that you shouldn't be able to see the sky through it.
Damn.
This year's 2022 edition of the Rockefeller tree is 82 feet tall, weighs 14 tons, 28,000 pounds.
How do they even go about getting that?
That's
There's a
crane.
video of them putting it up, and it is actually kind of
I want to
fascinating.
know
It is a crane.
the team of people, how many people it is, and just shake their hands like, you did lights and stuff and ornaments for
Yeah.
how long?
And yeah, and how do you even get the lights on? Like you got to have scaffoldings and scaffolding
got some-
permits.
Some
Probably, yeah.
boom lifts. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be a process. I mean, that's nuts.
14
I didn't know it was
tons.
14 tons.
That blows my mind more than the 104-foot tree or
Yeah.
whatever.
Its hometown is Queensbury, New York, roughly 85 to 90 years old. Date to be felled, November 10th. Is that like the day they cut it down?
Yeah.
What a
when
weird.
you fell a tree.
Okay. Date to be put in place, November 12th. Day of the tree lighting, November 30th. Number of lights, 50,000 plus.
Holy crap.
75
Is that where they
foot tall
have
tree,
the skating rink too? Is Rockefeller?
Yep, it's right below the tree actually.
I want
Which
to
I
go there
want to go.
someday.
Yeah, I want to go to downtown New York for like Christmas one year.
I'd experienced that once. Yeah.
My sister wanted to do it this year, but I said wait till next year when you're 21, because it'd be so much more fun if you could go to a bar down there,
Mm-hmm.
go skate on the ice rink, wear a scarf.
Go get drunk and then go skating.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit your head on something, have a coma, never wake up.
Yeah.
Die.
Never fucking experienced Christmas again. I took my girlfriend to see the Christmas lights this past weekend. And speaking of alcohol, me and
Solid
21, yeah, so fun. I made hot chocolate with a candy cane in it and a splash of my grandpa's. It's called Irish coffee mix.
Okay.
And so he's got like a
Is it-
few different things in there.
Is it like Bailey's?
Really good.
It's
I-
better than Bailey's.
Yeah. It's not just Bailey's. I think there's a few different things that he
Okay.
mixes all together in there.
Yeah.
It was really good.
His grandpa
Yeah.
kicks ass at making whatever that is.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
The Irish. That's where his Irish comes from.
Yeah.
Grandpa candy mix.
But if you're looking for a little beverage, I would definitely suggest, hot cocoa mix. And then you put a candy cane in there, so then you get that peppermint taste because it melts. And then
Yep.
put a splash of alcohol in there. You get to pick which one.
Christmas caroling. You guys Christmas carolers ever?
No, I don't think I've ever seen it in person
No.
either.
I think
I
it's
have either.
it's almost like a fallacy. No one's ever actually. That's a lie. When I was in Canada, someone came to our door with a guitar. Christmas
One
caroling.
person?
One guy?
No, it was like three or
Oh,
four people.
Oh, okay.
And it was cold out, so we just let them in, and they were in the living room, and I sat, or they were in the kitchen, like dining room area,
And they
we
didn't
sat
even
on the
sing,
couch.
and they just had a
They
sandwich and
yeah.
then
They
just
left.
looked at us. And
I'm
like,
here to do carols now. Give me some food and beverage.
I'm here to do carols. What brings you here? I'm here to do carols.
You got anybody named Carol here, do you?
Oh,
You sly dog.
gosh. But yeah, Christmas caroling, commemorating the nativity or birth of Jesus Christ, were first written in the 4th and 5th centuries. Didn't become associated till the 13th century. Few old Christmas carols that are still sung today that you've likely heard is "We Saw Three Ships" and "O Come All Ye Faithful."
I love that song.
I've never heard of it.
Like when they have like a whole choir doing it. I think that song really sums up Christmas for
Can you
me.
give us a snippet of it?
I need silence. Oh, come all ye faithful.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That was really bad. I could do
That's
it
all
better. I get nervous.
I'm on the podcast. I get nervous.
People are gonna see it.
White Christmas is one of the most popular Christmas carols ever written. I'm
Dean Martin and
of a
Frank
white-
Sinatra.
From the cheap seats.
Yeah, from the peanut gallery. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect your name like that.
But yeah, the White Christmas. Continue.
Those two dudes, not just Christmas, but specifically Christmas.
Yeah.
The best Christmas songs come from them. I personally will put out that objective
What
opinion.
about Mariah Carey?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't even come close.
Come on, dude. Mariah Carey's Christmas is undefeated.
And it's literally,
it was defeated
No,
by Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra
No.
and Bing Crosby. Those guys make
Bing
these-
Crawford. Yeah,
Bing Crosby, you
Crosby.
dipshit. And,
that's what I meant.
And
I meant that.
what?
Bing Crosby.
Tiny Boop Squid Shortly
Tiny Boobs Quick Shortly. He has some Mookie
and Roy Donk.
Hey, how about Mookie Kramer and the Eight Balls?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Mookie Kramer and the Eight Balls, Roy Donk, they're all just jazz legends. You wouldn't understand, Liam.
You lost me. I'm sorry. And I'm a music guy. You lost me.
Yeah, Roy Donk. He's probably my favorite of the two.
Question for you. How
Yeah.
often do you guys listen to Christmas music? Like how much?
Rarely.
My radio station
Honestly.
is set to the Christmas station.
Right
Who
now?
listens
truck,
to the
and that's
radio?
Really?
Well, during Christmas, I leave it there because I love all the music they put on.
I listen to it when I'm doing Christmas activities, making cookies, putting up Christmas decorations,
What is your
petting
guys'
reindeers.
favorite Christmas song?
It's got to be Chestnuts. No, Mariah Carey's Christmas is my
Is it
favorite
called
one.
Chestnuts?
Chestnuts roasting on an open? I don't know what the heck.
Mine-
It's called Chestnuts.
What is
Chestnuts roasting on an open?
I don't know. I like White Christmas actually.
Yeah.
I'm
dreaming of a white Christmas.
You guys just killed that shit. I'm just going to let you know that
Let's
right
go
now. You
caroling.
harmonized
Let's-
so
what are we
bad.
doing here? Let's go.
Yeah, three dudes caroling.
We can't
I
think
gotta
how many
say,
sandwiches we can make.
Silver Bells or Baby It's Cold Outside.
We could be on to something here.
Baby, it's cold out. That's good too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like
Baby, it's cold outside.
I really can't stay.
what are we doing down here?
But baby,
our
it's
talents
bad
are
out there.
wasted.
I've got to go away.
Hey, we're just doing the low notes, and Broden comes in with the solos.
I'll rip the high notes if I have
Please,
to.
dude, we might be on to
I've
something.
never been caroling. I would go caroling.
Either. Now, I would a three
I am-
dudes Christmas. Now we're talking.
I'm jonesing for a
I'm
carol.
jonesing for Carolyn right now.
Hey, do you think we get
Usually
some
am.
Three Dudes merch?
Yeah, you are.
I like that girl.
That's good. She'll hear it on the pod now.
Yeah.
I think she will.
So yeah, Bing Crosby recording of the song "White Christmas" has been named the #1 single of all time by Guinness World Records. Sold more than 100 million copies around the world.
Bing
Crosby. Yep.
Bing Crosby was.
Do you
he
guys
is-
remember
Some other
Mele Kaliki Maka, the Hawaiian Christmas song?
I
no.
don't think so.
That song
not ringing a bell.
slaps.
slaps.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
not-
it.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
Banger.
Other songs: Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Baby. I like Santa Baby.
Ariana Grande killed that.
Baby. Have your Merry a Merry Little Christmas. I might have had a typo in there.
Have yourself a merry little
Yep.
Christmas.
Yep.
Have your Merry a Merry Little Christmas.
Have Merry a Merry Little Christmas. Yeah. Kissing under the mistletoe, that's a Christmas tradition. Never actually done that. I'm
Really?
gonna start carrying them in my back pocket and be like,
Buy one of those hats that has the mistletoe sticking out of the top like an anglerfish.
like an anglerfish. That'd be a good idea. Just walk around and be like, who would like one?
Free. Come and get it.
They're free. So the kissing under the mistletoe actually started from that's boring. I'm over it. We're gonna skip it.
Cool. I didn't want to know.
Yeah. So presents. You guys do presents? You like presents on Christmas?
No,
Oh, yeah.
my parents never gave me a present.
There's
ever.
kind
Shut
of
up.
no. There's two kinds of families: experience givers, present people. You know,
Mhm.
like, hey, here's 20 presents. Go wild.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, we're going to Cancun. It's your Christmas present. That kind of,
Yeah.
you know. What were you guys? Presents?
presents.
Presents, yeah. No experience.
Yeah.
I mean, so like my sister texted me today. She sent me a link. She's like, would this be a good present for Ben, my husband? And it was like a tool bag She's like, because this like, he doesn't want to carry his tools back and forth from the shop to the house, and he's got to do stuff around the house and this and that. And she's like, I know it's not fun. Like, is it lame or something like that? And I'm like, it's not fun, but I wouldn't say it's lame either. Like, but it's
useful,
it's one of those, but it's one of those
practical
things where, exactly. Like now I'm at the age where it's like, you can't give a gift of something that has like actual value. Like, sure, it's fun, like, but it's only fun. It's temporary.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather have something that
It's practical.
practical. Yeah. So that's like the thing is that like, it might be lame, but it's a convenience present. Like, he can get use out of it for a long time.
It's funny because you hit a certain age where your
want
demeanor
socks and underwear.
changes from I want NHL 2017 video game to get me some goddamn spatulas for my kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Things that are convenient, practical. Like, you can use them for a long time. That's how I've started like thinking about gifts for other people now. Like, I don't want to buy things that are temporary.
Yeah.
Or that run out. Like, I want you to be able to keep using them because they have a purpose and you like them, kind of deal like that.
That's the best gifts.
Exactly.
Unless you're getting gifts for like a kid. And it's
Right.
like, get him some Legos.
He can have Legos or a thing of candy or whatever like that. He's gonna freak out. He's gonna love it because he doesn't realize the value behind it.
I like giving gifts more than I like getting them, I think. I love watching
absolutely.
people open my shit.
Yeah.
Unless they don't like it. Then I'm like, I don't remember
I'm
getting
never gonna
that.
buy you something again.
Yeah, I don't remember getting that.
That's not what I had Santa get you. That I didn't tell him that.
Exactly. But yeah, presents are fun. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What is your guys' tradition? Like, what do you do on Christmas? So when do you open your family gifts? Because I'll lead with mine, then you can compare it to that.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Eve, I go to my dad's grandma's house. We do the stuff there. Christmas Day, I wake up and I go to my dad's mom's house in the morning, open those gifts for my grandma. Then during Christmas Day, I go to my mom's, and then Christmas Day at night, we do like our immediate family, me and my 3 sisters, that kind of thing. What's your guys' setup look like?
What's your setup? What are your settings?
Yeah.
We, I guess growing up, like when all the kids lived with my parents, when we were all still at home, it was always Christmas Eve. We always did presents and all that kind of stuff at nighttime, and then go to bed, wake up, and then we would do Christmas stockings in the morning, kind of like because Santa filled our stockings, whatever.
Yep.
Have like a big old breakfast and just lay around and watch Christmas movies, and usually had a fire going in the fireplace.
God, if I had a real fire during Christmas.
Was awesome, dude.
That's one of in my future house. I would love to build a home later in my life, and I want an actual wood burning fireplace.
And you could
something about
roast chestnuts over the open fire.
I would love to.
The way I would actually love to.
Let me tell you something, man.
Hold on, I've been thinking about that.
If I could roast chestnuts over there, I'm telling you.
What if the fire wasn't open?
Yeah. No, so for me, I'm very traditional. Like, I think it should be presents on Christmas morning and not a second sooner, because Santa comes that night and you don't touch him.
Yeah.
I used to live with Sydney in Austin, and they were both big on opening presents the night before. And I was like, fine, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, you know what? We'll throw all tradition and sanctity out the window.
Sanctity.
Fine.
I remember, now that you bring it up, like we always, the Christmas morning, we'd always have like a couple of Santa presents, the ones that he brought.
Yeah.
Like the ones from my mom and dad.
Were
all,
Christmas Eve
Christmas Eve. And then
Well, I did it all at once.
my parents always wanted to push back the gifts they got us as far back as they could. Because they wanted a set amount of time where we could sit, not be rushed to open them, not just rip through them in 30 minutes, because obviously they went through all the hassle to go buy them and pick them out and find stuff we like, where they're like, hey, there's times we open them on the 26th and the 27th. And God, my sisters were itching to rip them open, but.
Do you guys have somebody like play Santa that hands out all the gifts to everybody?
I think we have before someone dressed up as Santa, but not.
We don't.
It was like
dress up.
1 year. It was like a 1 year thing.
I usually get to do that. I love doing that. Being the guy that goes and picks out the gifts under the tree and says, "Dad, here you go."
Oh,
and
that
then
kind of
throw
thing.
a fastball.
I thought you meant someone actually dressing up as Santa.
No, like it's just somebody.
I've had that one time.
Yeah.
Well, because there's enough people in there. You don't need a hustle, commotion, bullshit. So
someone that distributes the present.
right.
Usually,
that's what I mean.
usually what we do is the young kids love just going under the tree and find like, oh, this is Justin's, and then they run over to Justin and give it by Justin. So
I love doing
it's usually
that.
the little
That's
kids
fun
would
to me.
pass them out.
I like that. Do you guys? So I got a tradition. I guess I just found out about. I guess it's been going on for like 100 years or something like that. I don't know what it is, but I get as a kid, I would have a stocking that I would always get an orange on Christmas.
Like the fruit.
Yeah, and it was some kind of tradition, and so for whatever reason, I loved it when I was a kid, and I would freak out, and so I made a separate stocking dedicated to fruit, and my mom and dad would load that stocking up with oranges and apples and bananas or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd lose my mind
About
over having some fruits.
A sock of fruit.
Yeah, and just like having the orange in there, and I would smash that orange, dude. I don't know what
You were allowed to eat it?
Oh, dude, oranges.
Yeah. Oranges are great.
No, yeah, they got it to him and they said, yeah, we have to take that back.
Gotta hang on to that one.
Yeah, we're gonna put it back in the fridge now.
It's the yearly Christmas orange.
Yeah, I don't know what
like
kind of
giving
tradition
orange,
it
you just
was
eat the
or what
orange, that's
happened.
what it
Yeah, and so that's
There was an ornament
Like
that we
I-
used to have that was hide the pickle. It was a pickle. You got to hide it on the tree and find it. First one to find it got an extra gift.
really.
Yeah.
Speaking of pickle, are we at Christmas movies yet, or did we already talk about that?
Nope.
Speaking of pickle.
We're not. We're going to talk about White Elephant, then we'll get to the Christmas movies.
All right, Nathan, you got something to say? I see you holding that
I
microphone.
do. I got a bone to pick.
Go ahead.
Oh, God.
I
You
got
guys-
a bone to
You guys all have siblings, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you the oldest, youngest, middle?
I'm the
Oldest.
youngest.
They're my half siblings, so
So
Did you
they're
open
your
presents with
siblings.
them?
no.
Okay, so I guess I'm the only person, but like I'm the middle child,
Mm-hmm.
and it always goes the oldest person in the family or the youngest person in the family always
Starts,
opens their
yeah.
present. Yeah,
You never
never.
gotta start.
No one's ever like, hey, let's let the middle kid open the first present.
See, that's funny because we actually or it was either last year or 2 years ago, we did that because we thought about Presley and Jada. They never get to open
Mm-hmm.
first. So like, why don't you guys go? And Braxton, she's youngest, so she usually kind of has more gifts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have 17, we have 14. So we're like, oh, open a couple. Go
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Go.
Rip it open. Are you guys the kind of people that open presents? I don't really like to rip the paper. I like to
I try
unfold
to-
it,
yeah,
keep it
Peel it
intact.
real
Yeah.
nice.
I'm like, I'm gonna re-wrap
I
this.
shred it.
Really?
Yeah.
As a kid, I probably did, but
What
not
are you gonna?
anymore.
I mean, what, are you gonna reuse it?
No, but
Exactly.
I just like to be nice about it.
yeah, I like to. The
I do
paper-
that even now. Like when I come home and I have to get Wendy's for dinner, I'll take the bag and I'll rip it clear down the side.
I hate that
I've
too.
seen you do that.
Every
It's
time you do
ridiculous.
that, a little bit of me goes, like,
So yeah,
why?
reach in the bag and grab your food.
Or I could not have to reach in the bag and pull it out of the top of the bag that is this big. I could demolish the bag and just grab my food.
It's fair.
So simple.
I don't know. It just makes me feel destructive.
I love being destructive.
I hear you. Let's get
that
in
is
White
just-
Elephant.
Yeah.
White Elephant. Do you guys do the White Elephant gifts at your family house?
Used to.
like the Secret Santa.
Like when our whole
We
family,
used to.
yeah, like when all of my mom's side of the family would get together, yeah, we'd do it then. But
Yeah.
We do two different ones. On my mom's side, it's like $25 gift. Put it in wrapping paper that's different than what you usually have.
Mm-hmm.
Don't write a name on it or write White Elephant or whatever it is.
Yep.
Everything goes in the middle and everyone draws a card,
Mm-hmm.
playing card. Ace of spades to king of spades. And then if we have more than that, we go like, ace of diamonds to whatever. And then the ace of diamonds is the higher card. And then everybody goes through. The ace picks first. Everyone, you can either pick from the middle or you can steal. A present can only be stolen twice. And then it's dead. And then at the very end, the ace of spades, the person that picked first gets the last pick. So that's what we do there. And that's fun because it's like $25 gift. Get something someone would like. At my dad's side of the family, we do a White Elephant where you bring something like from your house that you just want to get rid of.
No shit.
So like, I think 2 or 3 years ago, my dad brought a box full of old shower heads, like 13 old shower heads. Wrapped it up.
That is awesome.
Wrapped it up, and that's the gift you get. If you
Yeah.
open it, you get shower heads.
Sorry.
Someone else bought like 2 big loaves of bread and hollowed it out to make loafers. Like you could put your feet in them.
Yeah.
So it's just like loafers. There's just 2 big pieces of bread. Someone else did like an old Halloween costume. It was like a rodeo clown. She's like, we got to get rid of this. So that one's kind of fun because like you never know what
That's
you're going
funny.
to get. Right?
Yeah. And they're all.
And it's
Not
different because
great
like my
gifts.
one grandma, she'll like, oh, I got a treat basket. It's just like all snacks and everything she'll go buy. Other people are like, no, I'm getting rid of some shit. I'm getting rid of old shower heads. So that one's fun. And then for that, we do a dice game where everyone sits in a circle. Everyone Gifts in the middle, you roll, and if like you get a 2, you pass to the left. If you get a 4, you pass to the right. A 3, you got to open a present. A 6 is a swap. So that's kind of fun. But I like doing those games. Those are fun to play.
Yeah, we do something similar to that too. Whereas my mom's side of the family, where like everyone would bring a gift. I was too young to ever like really know what was going on. But I remember that happening where everyone would open something and then you could have like 1 or 2 steals or something like that, because there was always something that someone opened where it was like, oh, I have this. It was like, I want that so bad. Yeah. And so they would steal that and then you would just cling on to it and be like, oh, I don't want anyone to take
don't
this.
Take this. You're like hiding it. You put it under your chair. You're like, no, there's nothing
people would.
here.
Yeah. People do it all the time. Yeah. All the time.
You gotta be
It's
scummy.
hilarious. Yeah. But I think that's hilarious. I think that's so fun because I mean, it gets everyone like at least for a moment pooled together and involved in the same room. Yep. We're all opening presents. We could all steal, banter with each other, stuff like that. I think that's a good tradition. I think that's
always the family members that bring the shittiest things every year, and you know who they are, and they show up, and it's like, wonder what your white elephant gift's gonna be this year. It's be horrible,
dude. It was my uncle. He's not all there, I guess, to say the least. Like mentally handicapped a little bit.
Off or what?
And I remember one year I thought it was hilarious. Instead of like wrapping his presents, he just went up to everybody individually and said, come here. And he had a bunch of random gifts laid out on the bed and said, pick 2. It was awesome. I loved it so much. Yeah, I just went pick 2.
He just went. He's like, I gotta get 15 items,
and then
whoever gets it gets
my
it.
brother went in there and said he was like, he was telling me, he's like, I just went in there and grabbed this because I was like, it was practical. I was like, can I just have this? He goes, no, grab one more. You gotta grab one more.
Like, I don't want anything else. He's like, I gotta get rid of them.
Yeah,
they're gone.
That's awesome. It's a great way to do it. So white elephant. Why it's called a white elephant. This phrase is said to come from a perspective about the historic practice of the king of Siam, now Thailand, giving rare albino elephants to courtiers who had displeased him so that they may be ruined by the animal's upkeep costs. So white elephant. What's going on over there?
We got our producer doing acrobatics.
Why was your ass sticking out like that?
So back on track here. We gotta get this fucking episode done. White elephant is something that is expensive or that costs a lot of money to keep in good condition, but that has no useful purpose and is no longer wanted. So I think that's where it stems from, like bringing something stupid from your house.
Yeah,
but
I think that's funny too.
Yeah.
I think that's a great just don't go buy anything. But something that you
Find
just had sitting around. I have a garbage disposal in my spare bedroom down in my room. I would love to just wrap that up and give it to someone.
Should we do it with when you get back? We'll do it in January, like a white elephant, or maybe we'll do it this week sometime.
We should pool together a bunch of people to do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like
that's
15 people,
like a Friendsgiving deal.
Yeah,
like we should put together. Yeah, or just like title it
White Elephant,
White Buffalo. Elephant.
White Elephant. Yeah.
And then have a bunch of people over. I think that'd be hilarious.
But no buying anything. It has to be something.
From your house.
Just find it, yeah, or steal it. If someone steal it, please. If someone wrapped up a stop sign that they sold off the street, oh, that would be such a hot commodity. Are you kidding me? Everyone wants. Everyone wants a stop sign off the street.
But no one wants to steal it. They went through the trouble.
I'll do it right now,
dude. I have a traffic cone that I stole from the lamp.
Is that what's our garden hose is wrapped around? No, I thought that was a Maynard Holmes traffic cone.
It is.
And you took it from the lamp?
It was at the lamp for Oktoberfest.
Dude, I've been wondering where that thing came from forever. I thought they were trenching in our backyard to do the SRT stuff.
And you thought I just started using it?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I took it from the lamp from Oktoberfest.
That's great.
Well, I walked it because you know how we always piss back there in the weeds? I walked back in the weeds like 3 weeks after Oktoberfest and it was just buried in there. So I was like, obviously they don't need it.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
All right. Christmas movies. Any favorites?
Home Alone.
Home Alone's
the first 2.
Polar Express. I know people hate it, but Liam hates
Santa.
it. Bad Santa's great. I thought you hated Polar Express.
Why would you say that?
Someone doesn't like Polar Express.
I love Polar Express.
God, I wanted to say
I hate that one kid in Polar Express.
The nerd?
The nerd. Actually. And he's one of those kids. Yeah.
Did you know Tom Hanks plays the train conductor and the kid?
Really?
And like 2 other, or maybe it's just those 2. He plays them both.
Yeah.
Quite the impressionist.
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. Polar Express, I like that. The Grinch. It's hard to forget that.
Yeah, I wouldn't rank it up there as my favorite. I think Bad Santa's just a memorable one because now that we're going back to the pickle,
Yep.
because that was a scene in Bad Santa
Oh yeah.
where the kid cut his finger wide open. He's bleeding everywhere and freaking out. And I can't remember. I don't know what the actor's name is, but
Billy Bob Thornton.
yeah, Billy Bob Thornton is like, what happened? And he's bleeding all over the place. He goes, I was making you a wooden pickle. He was carving a wooden pickle. It's like, what the fuck?
Hey, that's a hell of a
He's
gift,
covered
man.
in
What
blood.
about A Christmas
So
Story where
funny.
he shoots his eye out?
That's a classic.
I love that
I've never
movie.
seen
That's
that
a
actually. It
classic.
was
What
crazy.
are you?
Whoa.
I
Struck
know.
a chord.
Yeah.
The Christmas Story?
Chord
Are
with
you
this.
kidding me?
I hear
love
you.
that one.
Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Nope.
George Bailey. I
Maybe
watched
I
the
have.
live action play. It's not a big deal really, but I'm going to talk about it.
You a big play guy?
Here's the story about The Wonderful Life. I watched that play one time. We was at a Bible college, and great. I went with two of my friends when I was living in Canada, and we all DM'd one of the chicks that was in the play,
Mm-hmm.
telling them how great of a job they did. Not one of them answered us.
Damn.
And
They probably get a lot of those.
yeah, but
You think that'd be a shoe-in, though?
you would think so.
You would think so.
And it's like, hey, I can't even remember the names. I can find the DMs because I was just talking about
We're
it with
like,
my
I'm
buddy, but-
Easton Bennett of the Starbuck Pistons, and I think you did great. And
and I
approve
approve this message. But yeah, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Griswolds.
So
Yep.
Solid.
Solid. So solid.
What about Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen?
Yeah, see, I don't like Tim Allen, so I never watched any of his
I
Christmas
think
movies.
he did great in that.
Yeah. Charlie Brown,
Yeah.
Just Friends.
Rudolph.
That's Ryan Reynolds. Rudolph, yeah, that's a great one too.
Die Hard.
Frosty,
Yeah.
Snowman. I like Rudolph because of the Abominable Snowman and Yukon
Yes.
Cornelius.
Yukon Cornelius is the funniest character in all of movies. It's so funny. He takes the ice pick, and I don't know what he does. He like listen. I don't know what
Will
he
you do that
does.
closer to the mic?
It's so I don't know why he did it. It's just funny.
I like
so
Yukon
that
Cornelius.
is
Did you have Edward Scissorhands on your list?
I did not. Is that a Christmas,
Christmas
movie?
That is.
Oh.
Die Hard.
So it's Die Hard, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people argue that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, but
It takes place on
No
Christmas
idea.
Day. What do you want
exactly.
from me?
Yeah.
Liam, you didn't know that Edward Scissorhands was a Christmas movie?
no.
It
Oh.
ends with like he's like carving ice sculptures.
Yeah.
Like that's why there's snow.
Hmm.
Is because he's chop.
I
Chop,
had
chop,
no
chop.
idea. I think I've only ever seen it like once.
I've never
Johnny
seen it.
Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
What was the other one? Oh, what I was gonna say about Yukon Cornelius. I love that as a reference. People a lot of the time will laugh if someone's like really bundled up, like they're about to go outside and they have like a sweatshirt and a jacket, another jacket, and like earmuffs, and you just call him Yukon Cornelius. I'm like, geez, Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah.
It's like a funny niche reference
Not
that
a
people,
lot of
yeah.
people click.
If
that.
you can find a lot of those to use in your everyday life,
Yeah.
that's when I think people start to think you're funny.
I just think Cornelius is such a cool name.
Yukon
Cornelius. Looking for the Abominable Snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Christmas movies. I watch them every year. Let's do a couple Christmas facts. We'll wrap this up. Jingle Bells was the first song played in space. Did you know
Sweet.
that?
The first song ever.
Yeah.
Like live played or just like a track of it played?
Live. Yeah, they.
I
brought-
assume
No,
the
I mean
track-
like they brought a guitar and they played Jingle Bells or some
No,
shit.
they
Or,
didn't. Of all the things you could take to space, you're gonna bring a guitar.
I'm sure they bring a whole lot of shit to space.
Yeah, I don't know.
about that.
I don't know if any of them were good with the instruments.
You'd
Maybe
think-
I don't know. They
you'd
can
think
get
the
to they can
cargo
get
would
to
be
outer
pretty
space.
Limited.
Maybe.
I assume it was a track. But you know what happens when you assume?
Yeah.
Make an ass out of you and me.
That's what they say.
Legend has it candy canes were created to make choir boys quiet. It's like, shut the fuck up and eat this candy.
Eat this candy cane.
Yeah, we're sick of hearing you
Suck
sing.
on this. And
Just put this in your mouth.
And here's a candy cane.
Yeah, and after you get done,
In Japan, a traditional Christmas dinner is to go to KFC.
really,
Yep, according to this.
A Christmas Story when they go. That's
they,
funny.
They go eat
I've
the
never seen
duck.
it.
Go eat
Look
at
that
the
way.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never seen it. Christmas Story? Did we just talk about that?
We just had like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I don't
If
listen
that.
to
That's
anything.
fine. Yeah, you're like,
I'm
I don't
black,
listen to the
black.
podcast.
No, that's what I was just talking to someone else about. Like after we get done filming these episodes,
Don't remember.
I
anything.
have no idea what we talked about.
That's what people come up to me. They're like, "Oh, what was the one thing you were talking about on the podcast?" It was and I'm like,
I don't
No
know.
I don't
idea.
know.
Literally have no
Yeah.
idea.
I'm in this exact moment right here, but I have no recollection of what happened
The previous
later on.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
the song "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" was originally used as a threat. The song was often sung by crowds of lower class servants as they demanded alcohol from their masters during the festive period. the lyric, "We won't go until we get some," was used to get their point across. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some.
Figgy pudding.
I don't remember that lyric, but it is in there.
Bring us some figgy pudding.
Yeah, bring us some figgy pudding. So yeah, it's pretty much like them just like singing, saying, "Give us our shit. We're poor."
Yeah, we're never going to leave.
Let's go to Austria. Let's talk about that one. In Austria, instead of getting coal, if you've been bad, you get Krampus.
What's that?
I swear I talked about
You
Krampus
did.
before.
Krampus is like
bad Santa.
Bad Santa,
He's like the evil Santa.
Oh.
He eats the bad
Yeah,
kids.
what do you mean you get Krampus?
You get Krampused.
Krampus comes to your house and eats the bad kid.
Yeah. And that's the picture of him is not great.
No.
Celebrating Christmas used to be illegal for 260 years in some states. Till 1907 is when it was lifted in the U.S. Oklahoma was the last place. Couldn't celebrate Christmas. Saint Nick was more generous than jolly. The saint wasn't really a bearded man who wore a red suit. That look came much later. In the 4th century, the Christian bishop gave away his large inheritance to the poor and rescued women from servitude. And the last one we got for the show is Rudolph was a marketing ploy. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer first appeared in 1939 when the Montgomery Ward department store asked one of its copywriters to create a Christmas story for kids that the store could distribute as a promotion. Everything is just for marketing dollars. Everything's for dollars.
Yeah, everything's all about money now.
Grease and palms.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is upside down.
Sad.
I'm your host,
Carmine Laguzio.
Hate to say it.
But yeah, that's episode 23 on Christmas. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic Christmas this weekend. Stay tuned for next week's episode. We will be in the beginning of the show. Probably the first thing we talk about. We're going to talk about the merch, how to get entered into winning a free piece of merch. This week, hopefully, we'll have the merch link up on the social medias for you guys to like go and browse and look at some stuff. We're going to put it in order. If you guys are wanting some merch, I know a couple episodes ago we threw on some pictures. If you guys are wanting some merch, DM us or leave a comment or something. Tell us what you want, or you can order it from the website. Other than that, any plugs for you guys?
Go ahead and follow us on TikTok and Facebook, like our Facebook page,
Follow us.
Instagram.
Comment and share.
Depending
Tell us.
on your age and your favorite platform, find us on what you prefer.
Yep, we're on all of them.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Not LinkedIn. We're not on LinkedIn, but
Not yet.
YouTube. Yeah.
Let us know. We're here. We are the People's Podcast. And for everyone listening to us and watching, we do it for you.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening and watching. And if there's anything that you want to hear or listen to or watch, let us know.
That's
And we appreciate
episode
you.
that's episode 23 of the podcast from Brain Guy, Wordsmith,
Yeah.
and Paperman. Is that what it was?
Paperboy,
Paperman.
yeah, who knows?
Paperboy.
Take it.
We'll see you
Paperboy.
guys. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you guys next week.